Hey guys, this is Noble from 1-2.
Probably calls mass CAS with at least one section.
I ran a militia section during White Tiger 3 and I thought I'd just do up a quick little video for you guys just to show you the stuff that we wore and some decent budgeting options for if you want to look like that as well. All these kits are essentially based around two main sources. The first one is the militia kit style and vibe that we get from the Milsom West events and all the photos that we see online. The second one is for anyone who's a fan of the video game squad, the IMF militia faction, that sort of style of kit. That's where most of this stuff is drawn from. So to help me show some of these kits and just give a rundown of them, I'm just getting one of my fellow squad mates from White Tiger 3. North, do you want to come out?
Oh, hey, buddy.
Hey. Thanks for coming on.
That's all right. Good to be here. Definitely wasn't in your walls.
Alrighty, so first kit, budget option. This is that style of budget kit. This is the sort of end result here. So we're starting off with just basic flat green boonie. This one's a Plat Attack one, but you know, any sort can do. You can get them from Kmart, any sort of hiking store. Simple shirt from Uniqlo. I think that one was about $20. Pretty cheap to get. You can kind of get them any sort of place. Any t-shirt, button up, button down, whatever you want. Now, chest rig here, this is probably the most expensive portion of the kit, purely because you're getting it from AliExpress. This one cost about, I think, $60 to $80, but you can find more expensive options and cheaper options around the place, or you can even just go on Facebook Marketplace and get, you know, just some DPCU belt webbing from some old dude. Finally, for the pants, which you can't really see here, so I'm just gonna grab a set I have prepared. Nice and simple, just flat green pants. I got these from a surplus shop. They're about $20, $40 as well. And then for blasters, can really be anything that is old-fashioned looking. You got your nice classic SEMA AKs here. North, I think yours cost about $50.
Yeah, about that, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So. And then mine cost about $100 because I got it a little bit newer. And since then, I've obviously gone and done it up. If you are someone who's only got M4s and ARs and things like that, that's pretty good as well. Generally, this rule that we ran for our section was that worst case scenario, if you had something like a full Troy rail or, you know, a HK 416 and you didn't want to or couldn't really afford to go out and buy an entirely new blaster, could strip all the attachments back down to bare bones, just so it looks a little less like you're some CIO dude trying to role play as militia.
Another cheap option as well. Pick these up for about 100, 150 bucks, I believe. Little SMG, just MP9. Nice compact, nice lightweight. It's going to last you a while. Obviously don't fall on it. It's not super sturdy, but it will get you through as a nice budget option just to be kind of a little bit different from everyone else.
And now the medium cost and look option. Okay, so here we have what we label our medium option for kit and build. So starting off, we've just kept the boonie hat again because, you know, it works. At this level as well, you can expand it to maybe having some sort of just cheap helmet option. I've got an old Pasget, which I've just scrimmed up with some netting, thrown a little IR marker on the top and added a mount for night vision if you're so inclined.
I'm rich, you're poor, and I can't hear you.
Outside of that though, like you can get these helmets in Australia or through AliExpress, so once again, for anywhere from around $60 to $120 depending on the style. And you can even get some nice Russian ones if you really want to fit that sort of vibe. Now, moving on, we've now upgraded from just a plain Kmart style t-shirt to a nice Greek lizard. This one was purchased from Army and Outdoors, a lovely New Zealand surplus company. We've both bought from them multiple times, cannot recommend enough. And you can find some really good deals in there in terms of price. Backpack as well, we're now adding a day bag onto here. So this is just a Plat Attack Bullock. Some of these you can get for pretty cheap now, where they're phasing some of their designs out, but any sort of, you know, day bag will really do. The kit as well, we've now upgraded to a belt kit. So got a few more specialized pouches and everything. Once again, that's actually pretty cheap as well. Most of that stuff is DPCU surplus on Marketplace for like 80 bucks.
I bought this belt kit for 50 bucks off Marketplace. Had a couple other pieces laying around that I just threw together, just a bitzer. I didn't want to spend a lot of money because we were going as militia. But yeah.
Sweet. And then just to keep the whole look together, we've just kept the same green trousers, but you can really start to expand out. Like if you see some nice camo trousers that fit the event tax op, throw those in there, keep them playing, whatever sort of fits the vibe, or your squad mates who you're running with, whatever sort of camos that they're wearing. The rule that we kind of had was, it was like, hey, try and find someone else who wants to do a similar kit to you. So while we're all not wearing the exact same thing, you've got 2 or 3 groups of people who kind of look similar, which end up being really good in the end result. Because we had some dudes wearing Greek Lizard, some dudes wearing Russian KLMK style jackets as well. And it was really a good vibe. Finally, you're getting onto the rifles. This one here, this is just a basic M16. It's an A1 to A2 conversion I have. You can really go from that or start to upgrade to something a little bit more bougie in the Eastern sense. All right, now we're gonna jump to the last kit, which is the more expensive, sort of like you're really autistic and want to, you know, get your real Russian on. So we're gonna jump to that one now. Okay, so this is now what I would consider a higher level, more expensive kit. For myself personally, I am wearing the tunic and camo pants, which I'll just, you know, flash for you there. These ones I bought from a Polish company called Frontierwick. Really good guys. The shipping was a little bit expensive, but they have clones of Russian parkas, combat shirts, BDU sets, Gorkas, and webbing and everything like that. So if you're willing to spend the money and just buy everything in one go, they're a good option to go with. Myself, I got the uniform for the event and it ran really well. My 2IC at the time, Vin, he also bought some kit from that, including a chest rig, which he really, really loved. And honestly, his drip was immaculate. Now, going over to North here as well, you've now got another Russian SSO ATAX FG top, which for the camo nerds, you know, it's a nice camo. This one I've had for a while, but once again, you can get clones of these multiple places, including AliExpress. You can get most of these sorts of camos on AliExpress now if you really want to, and sometimes it is just easier. We've also got the helmet now on, including with North's lovely pair of binos. He's now in crippling debt, but that's besides the point. Myself, I'm wearing a set of Russian SSO Smersh. Now, this one I was very lucky to acquire from a friend of mine who picked it up years ago before certain conflicts started. So this one I absolutely love. It's really comfy. I can hold a lot of mags in it. I can hold most of my sustainment gear, and I don't really have to worry about a day bag as much, which is why I really love recommending belt kits. Otherwise, you can pick for about $100, $150 sets of this off of AliExpress. They seem to be pretty good. I know plenty of Americans have bought and used it. Outside of that as well, we've now got your nice LMG here, PKM. I believe those came out last year.
Yes, at the start of last year, I snagged this up for $1,300.
Yeah.
They're normally $1,500 retail, but it also came with lovely Zenenko furniture. It did also have the actual sight mount as well. I've taken it off because it really gets in the way and I really don't like it. Missing a bipod. I don't know where it's gone, but it all adds to the vibe. I'm running down stolen, broken down kit. It's great.
Yeah. And you used that one really, really well at White Tiger 3 as well.
I went through 6 bags of gels. So around 60,000, 60,000 rounds for anyone watching.
Yeah. And then for myself, one of the things I ran at White Tiger 3 was just my SEMA AK. I had some upgrades in it. It works. It's simple. I don't really care if it's, you know, based off just a very basic SEMA model. It just fits the vibe, really. Now, final thing I will say as well is for day bag options. I also ran this. This is just a Croatian Army field pack, nice and basic. And because I was the section leader for the event, I decided to go full, like, immersion is a nice way of putting it. And I chucked my radio into the backpack to simulate a backpack mounted radio, and I ran a little handset off to the side here for comms, and that worked really well because as a section we were not running inter-person comms, because as a militia we just went, we're not all going to have little radios and little headsets. It just didn't really fit the vibe. And yeah, that's pretty much the sorts of 3 options for kit that you can really wear. Obviously, it's not like you have to wear that exact thing. You can, you know, mix it up with different camos and colors, obviously as long as they're tax op compliant. Same thing with the blasters. Just because we had the PKM as in the expensive option doesn't mean you can't run a budget kit with a PKM by itself, or, you know, other way around. So we will be rolling again as the Osation Irregular Volunteers as a militia section for Osation Ambush, which will be the first weekend of May, and we are currently recruiting. So if you want to roll with us for Osation Ambush, you can hit us up through the Mjolnir Discord, chuck it in there, we'll see it. I'll be putting up some posts leading up to the event as well for anyone who's interested. For our section, a lot of the stuff that I've described in this video is part of our Militia section like document that we have for just to make sure everyone's kind of at the same standard with looks and gear, because we don't really want to have 9 people rolling around wearing base greens and browns and things like that, and then one dude's rolling up wearing like Desert Tiger Stripe or something like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope to see you guys at the next event, and hopefully some of you have seen this and gone, hey, that's pretty cool.